Troll is Netflix's latest movie release, and it's safe to say that they've ventured into a different field with this one. Whilst I don't think it necessarily paid off as they would have liked, this movie did provide a somewhat enjoyable ride as we watched what we believed was the last troll on Earth heading home to its palace underneath the centre in Oslo. With the beginning of the movie being the very thing that tied into the ending, I thought I'd recap, break down, and explain all that there was to take away from this movie. So let's get into it. Here is Troll Ending Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. This movie was a particularly interesting one. As the plot unfolded, we saw that there was a troll that was awoken deep within the Dovre Mountains due to a group of workers setting something off within there. This triggered the troll that we saw in the movie to essentially start to navigate its way through Norway with the main aim and intention of returning home, which was at the palace at the centre of Oslo, whose gate was guarded by Richard Sinding. The reason we saw the troll heading in that direction throughout the entirety of the movie was because the home of the Troll King many centuries ago was buried beneath it. Many years ago, during the Christianization of Norway, Olav the Holy killed all of the trolls that inhabited the land due to them not aligning with the new faith, but he decided to spare one. And this was one of the children of the Troll King and the very troll that we were seeing wreaking havoc on Norway in the present day. It was essentially returning home. We witnessed the government using modern-day weapons on the troll, but they were being rendered obsolete and did no damage to the troll whatsoever. Instead, as was mentioned at the start of the movie, from darkness they came, they died in the light, meaning sunlight was the very thing that was their weakness. The mass UV lights surrounding it were the only thing that did it damage until Nora, the main character, switched them off because she saw that it was suffering. Nora related to the troll in more ways than one. She was on her own and had experienced mass loss, just like the troll had. The troll was described as having a heartbreaking scream whenever it was seen, and it was doing this because it was the last of its kind. It could remember all that had happened in the past, but it had now awoken. The world was different, and all of its family were dead. All that was left of what the troll knew were the bones, and they were being flaunted around as a way of luring him away. The same was for Nora. Her mother had died when she was younger, and her father was also no more following the encounter with the troll. Nora was prepared to let the troll go back to the mountains in order to live out the rest of his days, where he'd be undisturbed and would be left to roam freely. However, as the sun rose and there were no clouds to cover up the harshness of it, we saw the troll turn back to stone, and was left to lay in the very spot where it stood. Now was a giant boulder, and a constant reminder of what occurred. Just like at the start of the movie, when Tobias said to a younger Nora how the trolls once roamed, turned to stone, and then became mountains. So the movie kind of went full circle. After the movie finished, there was a mid-credit scene that occurred. It cut back to the Dovre Mountain, where the hole in the mountain was created, and there was another large roar that was emitted, most likely meaning that there's another troll that's out there. I do wonder how that would be possible, considering Olav the Holy only spared one. But I feel this is going to be an empty mid-credit scene, because I can't really imagine it's going to get a sequel. I thought this movie was pretty average. The design of the troll was quite good, and I also liked the use of fairy tales and fiction lore in order to take down and defeat the troll. I found some of the dialogue to be pretty bland, stale, and vanilla in terms of the way that it was written and also executed. The pacing just felt a little off in the sense that we were all over the place in terms of destinations, but it didn't really feel justified at all, especially at the beginning. And it also felt like there was just a lack of sincerity and believability in the characters. I found it quite difficult to connect to the characters. Nora, whilst she was extremely human and had pain points to latch onto, the delivery just didn't really come across the screen and reach out to me. Andreas's character was a good one, but there were elements that just put me off. His arc and personality was written in a way of being a bit silly, which is okay, but it just went a bit extra and over the top. The exclamation of being a writer at the end didn't really make sense to me. I know he spoke about it for most of the movie, but it just felt like they needed to throw it in there to round his character off. He was relatively animated, and I don't feel it really suited the style of the movie. The best scenes in this movie were the ones with the troll actually in them, and the ones that were filled with action. I liked the similarities between Nora and the troll, as it gave the movie a deeper meaning and an element of relatability. Whilst there are good things about this movie, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one, as it's not really up there for me. I wish they delved deeper into the fairy tale and lore of the trolls, as I feel that would have added another layer of depth to this movie. So, there you have it. Troll Ending Explained. If you want to see more videos such as Endings Explained, theories and predictions, and character breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. If you'd like to give me a show or movie that you'd like me to review, then head over to my Twitter, @brainpilot_, and tweet me what show or movie you'd like me to review next. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think of this movie? Leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.